Hi everyone, it's me Arishi back again with another video for you, and I'm trying to cheer you up with all this COVID-19 and hopefully the adults that your parents had their vaccines and they're fully vaccinated, and you kids are probably thinking, when are we ever going to get the vaccine? But it's probably soon. But just about that, after that, could you like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends? And previously, last time it was my sister's birthday. So happy birthday to you again. And then let's move again. And our topic is wild dogs. And I'll talk about some of the basic things and what the picture and what the wild dog is. This is the bat-eared fox, and you're probably confused. Are foxes canines? Are foxes wild dogs? And I need to tell you something. Wild dogs the family of wild dogs are actually called canines. That's what a police dog is called for short. And the bat-eared fox is actually a canine. And that's the trick. And that leads to a fact and what the basic groups is. The bat-eared fox has sharp claws to dig in all wild dogs, but not as sharp as wildcats, because wildcat claws are sharp. They can even scratch and make you bleed. But wild dogs, no, they're just duller. They're built for traction on stamina. But the wolf can prove you that as soon as we find that wolf. But actually, it's going to be soon. It's going to be soon. But moving on to the bat-eared fox. The bat-eared fox gets its name from those bat-like ears. See those ears? They're kind of like bats, which use echolocation. But this guy doesn't use echolocation, only for hearing bugs. And when it finds a bug, it digs in, and then it takes its tongue out, and boom, it eats it. And I know another bug eater in the African savannah. Actually, unfortunately, that's where the bat-eared fox lives. The aardvark. The aardvark are also known as earth pigs, but they're actually related to elephants because they have long noses, and they're the best diggers there is. And bat-eared fox live in their old burrows that they're not using anymore to help raise their babies. And bat-eared foxes have two to three babies, also known as kits. And foxes, the red fox, are total omnivores, which means they like to eat both plants and animals. Moving on to the next animal. The dhole, also known as the Indian wild dog. The dhole shows another behavior of wild dogs, pack behavior, which means also known as pack spirit, which means they like to stay in a true pack. They like to stay together, and that's how they deal with other animals and prey, working as a team. And do you know that the dhole is tough enough to take on a tiger? Now that's tough. And it can even take on a king cobra. The king cobra is the largest snake in the world. And it's the king of all snakes. The mother of all snakes. And the dhole, it's tough enough to take on those animals. And it lives in India. Fortunately, that's where I was from. My whole family's from. But you don't have to be worrying about dholes coming out of your apartments. They just live in the forests of India. So that's good to hear. And dholes are agile creatures. They're tough, agile, and sleek. They come in from all different angles, and they'll even take on a leopard. You think leopards just live in Africa, but they also live in India. wherever place there's sand grasses, there's a leopard around. And the way how you recognize it, you have a black tips on the tail, and then red coat fur, and then white on the ears, and then white on the bottom of the mouth. Even the mouth is fur. And the dog is not even, it's in the wild dog family, but it's doggish. It's actually in its own family. But I don't know its family name, so I'm sorry about that. Moving on to the next dog. The timber wolf. And the timber wolf is actually named after my school, Timberbank. And timber wolves are one of the pack, and their timber wolves are pack animals. That's why I said that already. Timber wolves are one of the stamina creatures. Stamina. Stamina is something that I already said in the Bag of Fox part. Stamina is, I'll say it again. Stamina is something that you could do it for very long. And all wild dogs can keep their stamina. They can run forever, all day long. And then when it's cold, when it's winter in North America, that's where it lives. It grows more fur. It grows more fur, and it keeps it warm. But when it's hot, the fur doesn't grow back. It naturally grows back in its body. That's kind of weird, but more cool. And wolves are also use great teamwork to raise their cubs. And wolves have 3 to 4 cubs. 3 to 4 cubs, also known as pups. That's what a baby dog is called. And when babies can howl when they're 8 weeks old. But most of the time when they're pups, they like to stay in the den, away from predators like pumas, also known as mountain lions. They have a lot of names because they live in different habitats. And the wolves use great teamwork. And you probably know what animal this is, the Arctic wolf. I probably talked about this animal in my video of animals that change color during the winter. And the Arctic wolf is one of them. The Arctic wolf has another behavior, vocalization noises, also known as communication. They communicate with making noises, like howls, like most dogs do, like wolves, the common animals do make howls, like oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Practice the howl. But if it doesn't work, just keep practicing. And the Arctic wolf is one of the greatest, stealthiest hunters of all. And it hunts down, it's one of his favorite prey is muskoxen. Muskoxen are kind of like cows, but they're not cows. They're more related to sheep and goat. But a baby muskoxen is called a calf, and most cows' babies are called calves. But a baby muskox shouldn't be called like a kit or a lamb. It should be called a calf. The only choice there is to call a muskox calf. And they have massive horns. Trust me, you don't want to mess around with those horns. All the Arctic wolf has, when it doesn't know, the Arctic wolf will get serious injuries while it battles that creature. And the muskoxen make a protective circle. The baby in the middle, all the adults facing outward, pointing their horns out to defend. And when they had enough, they retreat. And Arctic wolves have 1 to 2 cubs. Actually, 1 cub. So that, like the gray wolves, also known as timber wolves, they have more than that. Moving on to the next one. The dingo, which shows a great nose. And the dingo has a sensitive nose, which means it's very sensitive. So it can sniff out anything there is. And the dingo is a special hunter of kangaroos and koalas. It'll be an easy target for dingoes when they're on the ground. Koalas also stay on the ground, but koalas don't like to stay on it too long. They climb in the trees, and that's where you should be if there's a dingo prowling around. And dingoes, there's another predator in Australia, the wedge-tailed eagle, of birds of prey. You remember I talked about birds of prey? And eagles are one of the birds of prey. And they'll snatch baby dingoes if they have the chance. Because dingoes are very protective of their babies. But if it's real, it almost never happens. But wedge-tailed eagles will sometimes snatch baby dingoes. So that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.